Hello, welcome to Heian Yondan. Today we're going to be working on everything Heian Yondan. We're going to go through it step at a time. I will first perform it full speed. We'll do it step at a time with commentary. Then we'll do it one step at a time together, facing the same direction, and then about half speed together. Okay, so before we get started, let's go ahead and bow in. Stop. So. CMA, show me, right? Keep. Okay, so before we get started, I will perform the kata one time, all the way through, facing forward, and we'll go from there. And you're done. Okay, so that's Heian Yondan, about full speed. So let's go ahead and do it together, breaking it down step at a time, and really try to cover some finer details. Okay, so I'll be facing you. I'll try to be your mirror image for this first half. Okay, so you should be facing this direction. You're going to step into a back stance to your left. Okay, I'll be doing it with my right side to make it look the same as you. So, last three katas, Heian Yondan, Heian Sanan, Heian Yondan. All three katas begin with the first step into a back stance. Okay, so again, I've repeated this the last two videos, but I'm going to say it again. Try not to adjust a big body movement into your back stance. Okay, all we're doing is dropping on our center. This all just drops. And I send my front leg the direction I'm moving. That kind of dropping, extending feeling here, as opposed to this. Then we lose that back center over the back leg. Okay, so from here, from Yoe, all we're gonna do is drop into that back stance. And your Yoe stance is just going to block. Your hands are going to open and cover. Okay, so from here, we just want to drop into that back stance to the left. As we look left, we're going to drop. Okay, nice back stance. Guard is here centered. Now from here, we're going to let it draw forward and up. Okay, so your front hand should be knife hand block. Fingers about eye level. Okay, this should be your left hand. Your right hand will be above. Okay, kind of that knee down feeling. Okay, only fingers. Hands are open. Okay, knife hand block here. And this one's going to kind of come to a point right about here, almost where these two would come together if they kept extending. Right about here. Okay, from here, we're going to pivot the feet. So I'm going to pivot into a back stance to your right. As we do, we want to again quickly drop and cover that center. So as we pivot, opposite direction, guard drops to our center one more time. From here, again, let it press and arise. Good, that opening feeling. Okay, now from here, we're going to step forward. So I would be stepping with you'll be stepping forward with your left side. Okay, your left side forward into a X block. Okay, so let me do it this way one time. Okay, just so I can kind of explain. So from my right side, I will be pulling my left leg to my right leg. So I just want that squeeze and come to the hip feeling. Okay, so from here, these are going to load on the hip. As I do, again, leg squeeze. So everything's just kind of drawing to center, squeezing. Now from here, I'm going to be stepping forward. So if this was my last block here, squeezing and getting ready to drive forward. Okay, you'll be moving this direction. So from your last block, you're going to draw to the right leg, squeeze, set. Good, kind of up on the balls of the feet, getting ready to drive off those legs. Good, now from here we're going to push into a front stance as I X block. So your, let's see, right hand will be on top, left hand underneath. Really driving from here, X block, big front stance, right hand on top. I'm your mirror image right now. Okay, from here, we're going to step forward into a back stance. So transition from front to back stance, stepping forward. As we do, we want a reinforced block. Here. So again, try to get that big transition from 1 to 2. Get those hips snapping. Good, hold them forward. Let it rotate into that back stance, reinforced block. One more time, from X block, stepping in. Okay, from here, you're going to be side kicking. Trying to think which way you're facing right now. Let's get lost. 1, 2, 3, to your left. Okay, so from here, I'll face you. So you'll be kicking to your left. Okay, so from that reinforced block, we're going to step up and we're going to set. Okay, so you should have been here, back stance, reinforced block. Again, we're going to pull up to that front leg. You'll be setting on your right hip, looking left. Okay, it's confusing for me doing everything backwards. Okay, from here, we're going to side kick, back fist strike. Okay, so it's going to go 1, 2. Okay, so I'll kind of do it slow. So from here, side kick, back fist. So just start with that combination and recoil. Okay, so from that recoil of my kick, I'm going to leave my hand extended, and I want to grab. So as I back fist, I grab. Foot recoils, I grab with the left. Now I want to set down into a front stance, facing this direction, as I elbow strike with your right. Okay, so let the elbow come to the hand come to elbow. They both fold about 90 degrees. 90 degrees down, 90 degrees forward. Here. Okay, one more time. So side kick, recoil the kick, leave the hand extended. Try to leave the hips forward as long as you can to rotate as you drop into your stance. So it's not kind of turn and then step. You want everything to kind of spiral down into that stance. So hips are forward as I drop. I rotate and drop and pivot. 1, 2. 1, 2. Drop and rotate to the last second, like you're corkscrewing down to the floor. Corkscrewing down. Good. From here, we're going to pull to the left leg. Squeeze to that, should be your front leg. Squeeze to that leg. Same thing, opposite direction. So from here, you should be kicking with your right leg. Back fist. Again, same thing, recoil. Sit down, rotate, and drive. Okay, so that's one thing we can really focus on is getting everything to drop and rotate same time. Like I'm waiting, go. And then just make that a one motion. So as soon as you push off that leg, drive, drop, rotate. Okay, from here, do this last time. You should be facing 2, 3, 4. Should be facing forward. We should be going from the elbow strike. Okay, so we're here. We're going to be moving forward into a block set. So I want your front hand to block low. Your right hand's going to come high. Okay, so 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, so from elbow strike, from that elbow strike, set. So left hand's going to block low, like an open hand, knife hand, downward block. As a rising hand, right hand, open hand, rising block. And same thing, I want a big pivot from front stance to front stance. Okay. As I do, I'm going to Jodan knife hand strike. So again, from that set position, I'm going to, as I rotate, my lower hand is going to come up high in cover, as my backhand, my right hand, comes through and knife hand strike. 1, 2. So the quicker that rotation happens, drive those hips, pivot on those feet, give direction to your technique. Good. Okay, so from that point, from here, we're going to front kick. So front kick with the right and recoil. Okay, from that recoil, I want to step into a reinforced stance as I back fist strike with the hand I just used. So from here, that hand that's out, I'm going to leave it out as a front kick, as I cover. Now as I step in to a reinforced stance, I'm going to drop into a back fist strike, left hand pulls to the hip. I'll do it forward one time. Here, recoil, stepping in. Again, hips are forward, everything trying to move forward. Here. Okay, so from this position, we just want to pivot on the feet. So we will lift the heels, pivot on the balls of the feet into a cat stance. Okay, back leg is down, pointing 90 degrees. Left leg is pointing forward, the direction I'm heading on this 45. Back heels up. From here, as I do that pivot, my guard comes centered. Okay, so from that strike, my hands are going to come, cover my center. More time. From here, I pivot, guards come center, and then I step out into a press and open that guard. Okay, so now we should be facing this direction. We turn, we're stepping on this 45-degree angle here. I'm stepping out with my left leg. Nice and controlled, keep that center with the back leg. Now the leg that I kick with, my back leg, I'm going to throw a front kick, back leg front kick, so your right leg. The leg that you kick with is the hand that you set down your punch with. So if I kick with my right, I set down my right, punch with my right. Then I follow that up with a reverse punch. Same rule applies to the opposite side when we get there. So from that press, stepping out into that back stance, opening that guard not too wide, just cover that center. Back leg front kick, set it down, Uzuki. Then reverse punch. Okay, now squeeze to that back leg, pull to that back leg. As I do, pull my front leg back. Again, I cover that center, press out into the back stance. From that cat stance feeling, open up, left leg front kick, left leg set down, left hand punch. So again, get that nice snap recoil in that front kick and expand into that Uzuki. So from here, press 1, reach, knee, and some. Okay, from here we're going to be moving towards your back wall. So from that reverse punch, we're going to step in line, a nice straight line towards the back wall. So I'm going to turn into a back stance, into a reinforced block. Okay, so again, from here, reinforced block. So quickly, this one's going to draw in as I set for that inside block. And as I rotate, I want to whip those hips around again for that inside block. Reinforce. Keep stepping in 2 more times. Reinforce block into back stance. Each time I'm covering, setting for that inside block. As that inside block comes out, I support. Good, 1 more time forward. Ready? Okay. From here, I want to reach not just with my hands, but with my body. So my hips are back. I'm gonna allow this front leg to step over so I can rotate these hips forward. Okay, as I do, my hands are going to reach. Okay, like you're reaching for the head. So from here, I'm gonna step over, rotate my hips, almost like I just punched, but I'm using that to reach. Loading this back leg for knee strike. So right knee's gonna come up, knee strike into the palm of my hands, all the way through. Okay, so from here, after that knee strike happens, I quickly recover my guard and set for a knife hand block with my left hand. So right hand's extended, left hand's covering. As I sit down that knee strike, I cover, look over my left shoulder, land in back stance, knife hand block. One more time. From reinforced, each, knee, some. Okay, one more time, stepping in, left hand block. Back your way. Okay, so that is Heian Yondan, step at a time. So I would say there's a lot of this kata where we're really holding the hips back and just getting this like drop rotate. So just kind of working on that feeling. And this really applies to like a lot of katas we do. I mean, even just that drop rotate, like think Heian Yondan. So you step in and you downward block and you punch, and you just get this big downward block. It's like this drop and rotate. If we can really get that hip and the body and everything to land and hit that same time, that's really what we're looking for to maximize the use of our potential, right? So we want to try to get, you know, if I just kind of go back and forth like a 180-degree turn, just drop. Drop. So you kind of get to that point where you're getting ready to fall, and then you rotate. That kind of feeling. Falling, rotate and drop. 1, 2, 1, 2. That same feeling is going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, into our kata. Being that drop rotate, hitting with that hip. Okay, let's go one time together. We'll go step at a time. I'll go through the whole thing facing the same direction as you. At one point you will be facing away from me again, but we will start out the same, we will finish the same. Okay, go away. Sweep. And you're none. Okay, stepping back stance to the left, hands guarding center. Pressing up to knee, pivoting, dropping that guard, san. 3, pressing. Okay, squeezing to that right leg. Loading, keeping the hips this direction so we can rotate them to the left. Right hand on top as I drive. X block low. Stepping into back stance. Reinforced block. Stepping up to the front leg. Setting on the right hip, looking over the left shoulder. Side kick, back fist, set down, elbow strike. Each, knee. Squeeze to the front leg. Setting, looking over the right shoulder. Side kick, back fist. Ready, each, knee. Blocking, looking left. Left hand goes low, right hand goes high. Allow these feet to pivot, rotate. Knife hand strike. Back leg front kick, set down. Back fist strike. Each, knee. From here, pivoting on the balls of the feet, covering that center, pressing out with the left leg on the 45. Right leg front kick, right hand punch. 1, 2, then reverse punch. Start back to the left leg, pressing up to the right on 45. Left leg kick, left hand punch, each knee, and some. Looking left, coming down the center line towards the back wall. Reinforced block, back stance. 2 more times, each knee. Okay, shifting, front stance for the grab. Knee strike kiai, ready, each knee, knife hand. Slipping in knife hand strike, and back to you. Okay. All right, so that was again step at a time. Let's do that one more time. We'll go a little bit quicker, so we can see how it flows. Again, I'll be facing the same direction as you. Maybe I'll do one more at the end where I face this direction, so you can kind of get a side view of the start, everything that way. Okay, so let's go one more time. We'll go half speed. Heian Yondan. Ready. Begin. San, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, go, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, go, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, go, ju, ich, ni, san, and shi. Okay, like I said, I think I'll do it one more time, facing the side view, so you get a little bit different perspective on certain turns, certain techniques. Okay, I'll go through one more time about half speed. Heian Yondan. Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, hach, go, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, sich, ayo! Ich, ni, san, shi, go, rock, Hachu, ju, ich, ni, san, shi, go, ayo! Rook, sich. Okay, so again, that was Heian Yondan. All the way through, one step at a time, half speed, different angles. So use this as a tool, practice at home. Try to really think about some of the things we talked about, even on this big set here to your X block. You still want that driving off that back leg, rotating. If the right hip's rotating forward, the right hand's going to stay on top and support that technique. Just really think about dynamic changes to your stance. Really make those techniques have kime. Like not just your technique have kime, but like your body should have kime. So try to get every technique feel like it's firing. Okay, hope you enjoyed. Please leave comments, questions in the questions below, and I'm happy to respond or come back and address some of these issues. So hope you enjoyed. Keep. So. Yummy. Shoni, right? Up. Just keep. Hey guys, till next time.